Welcome back to part 5 and the final one of the Doctor's Age. Let's continue where we left off. But how? Already worked it out, haven't I? Yes, but you can also find out how old the Doctor is in every single series. And how? He did travel with mostly human companion, or are you telling me Sarah Jane Smith could travel with the third and fourth Doctor for over 1,000 years, even she's only human? No, it had to be brief. For example, Ian and Barbara White only travelled with the Doctor for only 2 years.
It's aimless. I've tried for 2 years to get you both home. Well, you haven't been very successful, have you?
And it only did 2 series. 2 years, 2 series? Like every series is at least a year. There's also work elsewhere in Doctor Who, but more of that later. And these are just in sections. For example, Ian and Barbara White met Stephen, he met Dodo, she met Ben and Polly, and they met Jamie, which are all human, and the Doctor had no chance to go off for 100 years between any of them. And in this section, he's also stated how old he was.
Yes, about 450 years old.
Then you can find out how old he is in all the other series in this section alone. And let's go to the next section, where Liz Saul didn't meet with Jo Grant and she didn't meet Sarah Jane. But they all worked for Brigadier, who's also human. We're going to make these all still connected all together, and Sarah Jane didn't meet with Leela, but the Doctor's age is 1 year between them both.
I'm only 749.
I'm only 749.
System, I haven't lived 750 years without learning something.
But Romana actually corrected the Doctor's age in the following episode.
759?
756.
Although it's just where you believe he went wrong. In my eyes, it's more likely to be the second Doctor when he was doing a task for the Time Lord where they didn't want him to remember it, which actually make these two statements of their Doctor's age also be out by 3 years. Increasing them by 3 years will be more consistent with Romana's actually corrected age of the Doctor. Then you can actually find out how old the Doctor is in all the other series prior to this moment. The length of time between the episode The War Games and Spearhead from Space is only 294 years within Earth. Gives another year for Leela's final series, then we only got 5 years before the Doctor met Romana, which actually fits right with K9, because the first one left with Leela, but the Doctor also had a second one in a wooden box. But on the following episode, they were planning on a holiday. Also, this is the only chance the Doctor could give another K9 to Sarah Jane, because prior to this moment, he's not alone. For example, Romana met Adrek, who met Nissen and Tegan. They met Turlough, who met Perry. And now that lead into the 6th Doctor, and in that time, we do see Sarah Jane with K9. This also creates another problem, because when the 6th Doctor was travelling with Perry, he's also stated how old he was.
I'm a 900-year-old Time Lord. I'm only 900 years old now. Untie me.
That's a hell of an age jump, where you got no gaps to put any of it in. In this case, it have to be with the 4th Doctor, because it can't be with the 5th, because he was travelling with mostly Tegan at this time, and she's a human. And the 5th Doctor never actually got physically look any older in his time of being the Doctor, not compared to the 4th Doctor, who looks older in his final series. Or is that just me? But which 3 series can the bulk of the age of the Doctor be in? It can't be series 16 because he was collecting the key to time there, and it can't be series 18 because he was mostly stuck in E-space. But series 17, which each episode is a standalone episode, and the Doctor are only travelling with Romana and K9 at this time. That means you can work out how old the Doctor is in all the other series, and then put the bulk of the age in series 17, which is only 137 years within Earth. But you might wonder, if the Doctor officially got older in that time, why did it not affect Romana? She is a female who's much younger compared to the Doctor. Add 1 more year for the trial of the Time Lord, then we only got 52 years before the 6th Doctor regenerated into the 7th.
953.
Who would have thought she would have been so obvious? That's my age. And the Rani's.
But we met Mel on the trial of the Time Lord, who already knows the Doctor, but the 6th Doctor just left Perry Harry the moment he was taken out of time by the Time Lord. I mean, he doesn't know who Mel is. And yes, they did leave together, but the Doctor was just going to drop her off where she wants, and they go their own way. When the male were travelling with the 7th Doctor, who eventually met Ace, and they're both human, then you can work out how old the Doctor is in all these series as well. Then the length of time between the final series of Classic Doctor Who to the moment of Modern Doctor Who, which is only 181 years within Earth. And there you go. We just got the final section to go with the modern series. And in this case, I'm going to use the Doctor's stated age, which he used here. Series 1, the Doctor stated he was 900 years old.
You say 900 years.
That's my age. 900 years old, me.
In Series 2, he's 901. In Series 3, he's 902. In The Year That Never Was, he's 903.
I'm 903 years old.
In Series 4, he's 905, and then you got the specials, which will be 905 and 906.
I'm 906.
Then we had to translate to his actually correct age, which he actually would be instead. Then we can add all the Time Lord years in as well. And there you go. Every age of the Doctor in every single series. Let me know what you think. And if you got any problem with this, let me know down below, because I would love to hear, and I will see you on the next one.